Wow, Chris Algeri exposes UK boxing and exposes how easy it was for Conor Benn to cheat when he fought Conor Benn over in the UK. Y'all can't miss this one. But before we get into this story, make sure that y'all hit my like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subbed to the channel. Now, we all know that the fight that everybody was waiting to see in the UK this weekend, Conor Benn versus Chris Eubank Jr., it ain't going down. And we know why. Conor Benn popped dirty for using the banned substance, putting the needle in his vein, using steroids, and trying to mask it with another substance. But he got caught this time. And I'm saying this time is because recently retired Chris Algeri that fought Manny Pacquiao, fought Errol Spence, he fought Conor Benn in December of 2021. And Conor Benn walked through him like wet tissue paper. Easy. Conor Benn stopped him in like the first or second round. Wasn't even no competition for Conor Benn. But Chris Algeri got something to say about that. And I know a lot of people gonna say, oh, well, Chris Algeri is just bitter because Conor Benn stopped him. Nah, this ain't what this about. Chris Algeri went into major details on what went on behind the scenes and how easy it was for Conor Benn to cheat. We've all seen Conor Benn go into an overnight transformation out of nowhere. At first, he was skinny. He had just a slim physique. Now, if you look at Conor Benn, he looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime. You know what I'm talking about? He looked like a bodybuilder, right? Also, if you look at his head then got bigger. It's just all the signs of Conor Benn taking steroids was there. But you might ask yourself, why is Conor Benn just getting caught now? Why didn't Conor Benn get caught before? In this video, you're going to find out, according to Chris Algeri, and I'm going to tell you exactly what he said. But you know, I always like Conor Benn. I like Conor Benn. I thought he had a lot of upside to him. And like I said, man, he exploded on the scene. In his first fights that I was watching him in, he didn't look too impressive. But all of a sudden, I'm watching the zone and I look up and I said, man, Conor Benn look different. This man looking like Big Papa Pump, Triple H in their prime. I said, God damn, what Conor Benn been doing? And obviously now we see what he been doing. Pumped, jacked, veins popping out. You know what I'm saying? All the signs being on the juice. Now, I remember it wasn't too long ago when guys like Jerome Bruce Ennis and Virgil Ortiz, they was calling out Conor Benn, and Conor Benn ain't want no smoke. It was like, oh, no, he ain't ready. We ain't ready. I ain't ready. But all of a sudden, one day I look up and Conor Benn got all of the confidence in the world. He want to fight Jerome Bruce Ennis. He want to fight Errol Spence. He want to fight Virgil Ortiz, Keith Thurman. He calling everybody out. And he talking about he want to fight the best. And I said, wow, where did Conor Benn get all of this newfound confidence? We know he's looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but how did he get all of this confidence like Arnold Schwarzenegger out of nowhere? But according to Chris Algeri, he says leading up to his fight with Conor Benn, he had tons of people coming to him and telling him, don't fight Conor Benn because they have proof that he was dirty. They said he was dirty, that they already knew he was taking banned substances. He says that rumors was going around all over. Managers, fighters, everybody knew it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knew it. He just hadn't got caught yet. And Chris Algeri was saying that they was begging him to pull out of the fight. Don't go through the fight with Conor Benn. But he said, you know what? I fought a bunch of cheaters before and I beat them. So he says, I already was training and my mind was just focused on going in there and getting the job done. I wasn't going to pull out. I wasn't focusing on if he was cheating or not. This is the reason he hadn't got caught. Now, I'm going to read you this, what Chris Algeri said. So make sure that y'all listen to this. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to cook on it. When we fought in Liverpool, I was astonished how little oversight there was fight week and in the locker room. It was scary, honestly. No one followed me to piss or watch my hands being wrapped. Definitely gave me the impression it was very easy to cheat. Certainly not the oversight I'm used to fighting over in the States, especially in New York, where the commission is top notch. Now y'all hear that? He just exposed everything that went on in the UK when he fought over there and when he fought Conor Benn. They didn't watch him get his hands wrapped. They didn't even want him to piss in the cup. None of that. They was just like, hey, do what you want to do. We ain't worried about none of that. You know what I'm saying? We're not worried about if you cheat. We don't care about none of that. Just go ahead and get in the ring and fight. And after the fight, you ain't got to piss. You ain't got to do none of that. And see, this is the type of shit that go on in boxing that they try to cover up. You see what I'm saying? And this weekend, Eddie Hearn would have let this fight go on if he was able to let this fight go on, because he didn't care about nothing but the bottom line, and that was what he was going to make off of this event. That's all he cared about. And see, that's why all of these fighters are able to cheat in the sport of boxing. In most fights, they're not even no drug test because they don't want to pay for it. You see what I'm saying? And then when you talk about all the cheating that go on in boxing, the fans and everybody, they want to turn their head and act like it don't happen. When you hear Deontay Wilder tell you the things that went on in the second Tyson Fury fight, people act like, oh, no way, it couldn't have happened. That don't exist. When shit like this is happening all the time in the sport of boxing, you heard what Chris Algeri said. He didn't have no reason to make up a lie. And this stuff is going on in the UK, and it's running rampant in the UK. We never even got Dillian White's B sample back. Remember when Dillian White popped dirty and they said, oh, we're going to let him fight. We got to wait for the B sample to come back. And they went on and they let Dillian White fight that man. It was dirty as hell. And that B sample never came back. It just disappeared. Something got to go down in boxing to stop this shit. And as far as Conor Benn, his reputation is tarnished. You know, Conor Benn came out and lied after he tested positive. He did an interview, and Conor Benn said, you know what? I talked to Chris Eubank, and Chris Eubank is cool with me. He knows that I wouldn't do anything like this. He knows I'm not a cheater, and Chris Eubank believes that I didn't cheat. And then they turned around and asked Chris Eubank, hey, you know, Conor Benn said this, and that. You know, what happened when you talked to Conor Benn? He like, what? I don't know what you're talking about. I never even spoke to Conor Benn. I haven't spoke to Conor Benn. And Chris Eubank came out and he said the exact opposite of what Conor Benn lied and said he said on this phone call that never took place. Chris Eubank says, you know what? The dude is a cheater. You know what I'm saying? He's a cheater. He tried to get away with something because he knows I'm going to punish him. Yeah, Conor Benn, he's pretty much done with. I don't think this fight is going to happen. I certainly know now that Chris Eubank Sr. is going to be heavy on their helmet. And this fight ain't going to happen. But yeah, Conor Benn is a cheater. He finally got caught, and no telling how long he's been cheating. But I know he's been doing it for a long time, and this ain't the first time. Like I said, if Vada hadn't got involved, he would have passed. You hear him say that he passed all the UCAD, all of the UK drug testing, they passed. Both fighters passed. But Vada came in and like, nah. This is what we found, and you didn't pass nothing. So yeah, you know, once again, Chris Algeri exposes everything that went down over there in the UK when he fought Conor Benn, and let the whole world know how easy it was for Conor Benn to cheat. Let me know what y'all think about this. Drop a comment in the comment section. Don't forget to hit my like button, and y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again, and I'm gone.